swim free of fear. Sparkling water, clean and clear. Purity and peace of mind. Purity and peace of
Your own pool. No better place for refreshing, healthy exercise and good, clean fun. To keep it fun, you've got to keep it clean. As a pool owner, you are ultimately responsible for the health and safety of all who share it with you. Clean, safe water is essential for confident enjoyment of your pool. Purity and peace of mind. That is what this program is all about. Helping you learn how to keep your pool water clean, safe, and worry-free. Come with me now to meet two pool owners who have two very different approaches to maintaining their pools. Bill has his act together. His pool water is sparkling clear and pure, yet he spends minimal time working on his pool and maximum time enjoying it. Jim, on the other hand, has about had it. His pool has become nothing but a headache. He tries to add just enough chemical to clear up his cloudy water and algae without damaging his pool and burning his family's eyes.
Dad, when can we go swimming?
Jim's just an average guy, not a chemist, and he's having a hard time with it.
Bill, help. Now, Jim. Now, what's the matter? I've had it. I'm filling in my pool and planting petunias. Yeah, but first, I gotta know, look, how do you do it? Why is your pool water always so clear, and yet you don't have to work at it like I do?
Jim, you've been out in the sun too long. Calm down, come on inside, we're neighbors. I'm gonna show you my little secret. This is what neighbors are for, Jim. We're buddies, right?
Yeah, we're buddies. Okay, now, tell me, what's your secret? How do you do it?
Well, that's just it. I don't.
What do you mean you don't?
I don't treat my own pool.
Well, then who does?
I use a pool service.
A pool service?
Yeah.
What, do you got rich relatives or something?
No.
How do you come up with that kind of money?
It doesn't cost any more than buying all those chemicals you're using.
No kidding.
And it takes a lot less time. And anything that saves my valuable time at home, I consider a real bargain.
I thought I was saving a lot of money doing it myself.
See, that's what I used to think. But I found out it's competitively priced with what the average pool owner would spend doing it himself. And in many cases, it's actually less.
Yeah, but can they do as good a job of it as I can?
I saw what a good job you're doing out there today, buddy.
Yeah, well, no one's perfect.
Okay, I have to confess, I wasn't any better when I was doing it myself. But we're not professionals at this, and these guys are.
So how do they work? What do they do?
They come by once a week year-round. The whole process just takes a few minutes, and we can swim in the pool within an hour after they're done. They thoroughly test the water and add precisely the amount of chemicals needed to keep my pool water perfectly balanced. They provide the personalized service of actually coming out to my pool each week and evaluating its condition. They get to know my pool and its chemical balance better than I do. This gives me confidence that our water will be clear and sanitary without damaging the pool and fixtures or irritating our eyes and skin when we swim.
That's what I've been trying to do all this time. It's been my goal, my dream. You know, I was told I could do it when I bought all those pool chemicals at the store. I've asked at 5 different places why this isn't working for me, and I've gotten 5 different answers. Now I'm more confused than ever. Why can these guys do it and I can't?
Because they are professionals, trained and licensed gas chlorinators, and you're not.
Of course I'm not a gas chlorinator. Wait a minute, did you say gas? Like chlorine gas? And that stuff's dangerous. That'll ruin your pool and your body.
You sound just like I did at first. I heard all the rumors, primarily from the people who were trying to sell me pool chemicals. But I found out that professionally applied chlorine gas is actually much safer than doing it yourself with the stuff that you bought.
Now wait, You've convinced me that this pool service idea is more economical and convenient than doing it myself. Now you're telling me that chlorine gas is safer than me putting in my own chemicals? You really think you can convince me of that?
No, I don't think that I can convince you of that, but let me show you something that I think will. I gave up doing it myself after I saw this videotape that came in the mail. I had a lot of the same questions you did, but this really helped explain them for me.
Hi, Bill. What's up?
My friend Jim could use a little education about the Pool Chemical Service Program. You got a minute to tell him about it?
Your wish is my command. What would you like to know, Jim? Not very talkative, is he?
Just wait. He'll loosen up a bit. He just wants to know if it's safe.
Same question you first asked, wasn't it, Bill? I'll be glad to answer it again. First of all, you may be interested to know that gas chlorination is the method of sanitization used by most public pools and by over 100,000 residential pools. Gas chlorine is recognized as a safe and effective means of sanitizing swimming pools by the National Spa and Pool Institute, the National Plasterers Council, and the Chlorine Institute of Washington, D.C. We are registered with state and local authorities and the Environmental Protection Agency as being environmentally safe.
This doesn't make sense. All these people using gas, chlorine, and all these organizations saying it's safe. I've heard things from reputable sources.
What reputable sources?
Well, the places I bought all my pool chemicals said gas chlorine's dangerous.
All pool chemicals can be dangerous if not handled properly, including the ones you use now. Your do-it-yourself chemicals contain the same toxic chlorine as chlorine gas. The chlorine is combined with other elements to make it a powder or liquid form. Chlorine gas can be released from these compounds by exposure to water, to heat, or even just prolonged storage. This causes two problems. The chemical loses its effectiveness as a sanitizer, and there's potential for buildup of toxic gas in your storage area. In fact, if your powdered or liquid pool chemical comes into contact with oily rags or a heat source, such as an electrical short or a lighted cigarette, it can burst into flames or actually explode. Pure chlorine gas, on the other hand, is neither flammable nor explosive. It has one of the finest safety records of any chemical. This is the result of strict handling and use guidelines which are adhered to by all licensed gas chlorinators.
But I've read in the news about accidents where toxic chlorine gas escapes and injures people.
If you'll go back to those stories, you'll find that nearly every one of them was a case where granulated chlorine, the kind you put in your own pool, got wet and released chlorine gas. The statistics show that there are far fewer accidents occurring when pure chlorine gas is applied by trained, licensed professionals than when chlorine chemicals are applied by individual pool owners.
Well, okay, so gas chlorine is safer than what I use when it comes to people. But what about my pool? Doesn't it harm the plaster and the fixtures?
Not when applied properly, as it is when your pool is serviced by trained and licensed professionals. They maintain the precise balance of pH, alkalinity, and hardness of water to ensure safety for your pool plaster and fixtures. The lack of training or safety standards for do-it-yourself chemicals, however, creates a much greater risk of damage to your pool. In fact, some of the compounds used in these chemicals are more corrosive and harmful than chlorine itself. Unlike do-it-yourself chemicals, gas chlorine treatment maintains your pool water at the same pH balance as plain tap water out of your faucet. You can't get any safer than that for your body or your pool.
What about the environment? I've heard about chlorofluorocarbons destroying the ozone layer. Does chlorine gas contribute to that?
The chlorine gas used in pool treatment is not one of the chemicals that poses a threat to the ozone layer. Chlorine gas breaks down long before it reaches the upper atmosphere and has no harmful effect. Companies like ours using this process are registered and approved by the EPA. Another thing you might like to know, gas chlorine is biodegradable, whereas the synthetic bonding agents used in granulated and tablet sanitizers are not. Well, Jim, any more questions?
I guess not.
So, what do you think?
I appreciate you sharing your secret with me. I just want you to share one more thing.
What's that?
The phone number of these guys.
Sure, buddy. It's on the box.
All right.
And here's a phone.
Great.
Well, it looks like Jim has seen the light, and you can too. If you're not already using the pool service, why not start now enjoying your pool without all the hassle? Call today for purity and peace of mind.